Hey guys, I'm back here with the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and I figured today what we would do is just test the stabilization of this gimbal on here. Right now I do have the 15mm wide-angle lens on, get more field of view. I also picked up a $14 extendable tripod that turns into like a selfie stick, which is what I'm using right now. I'll pop this camera off real quick and we'll turn it around so you can see it. That's what it looks like. It's only 14 bucks. I've been doing my gym workouts and stuff, so I've been using this to get a little bit taller angles. It does extend, so higher angle here. Look around. But anyways, today I figured what we could do is just go for a walk, maybe do some running, and see how stable of a footage we can get. And also, I'm using the DJI Mic 2 to record my audio. I do have the windscreen on here. It's not windy out, but I just like having it on here just to have it. So yeah, we'll get into the video in just a couple seconds. I'm recording in 4K 30. Everything's set to auto. I still don't have any ND filters yet, but when I do, I will be using my own personal settings on here and most likely be filming in D-Log-M. But for now, we got to stick with the auto, everything in auto. So see, we're walking. It's a fairly flat trail, but you can see the image is pretty stable. So what do you guys think about the camera? Do you guys plan on getting one, or is it still kind of on the fence line with it? I mean, I think it's a great camera, in my opinion. It does everything that I would like it to do. And I really love the active track on here, the active track 6.0, which I think its main use is obviously for the auto face detection. You know, I don't think it's really meant for like really fast, sporty stuff. But I do find that it does have its limitations. So, especially my last video when I did a backflip and it lost my face, and because it lost my face, it just went straight down towards the ground and looked at the ground. Hopefully DJI can do a firmware to where if it loses your face, it doesn't just like look down, it'll just recenter or something. It's either that or you just don't use the face tracking when you do those type of videos, and make sure you just stay, get a good distance from the camera, kind of stay in frame to do something like that so it doesn't malfunction. And then here we are, we're walking up on this little bridge here. We're across the bridge here, and I plan on doing some running just to see how well and stable this image is going to look. So again, I still have the wide angle lens on here, keeping a good wide view. That's where we're at. Look at this. All right, let's do a run test. I got the DJI bag with me, but let's do this. I'm running in boots. And I'm not trying to keep this stable too. I'm letting this freaking thing move around in my hand. Bouncing up and down. Woo! All right. That probably looks so stupid. Let's do run test number 2. I'm just gonna try to hold the camera in front of me while I run. All right. We're just kind of sprinting. Sorry, my arm's moving around a little bit. And done. Woo! I'm out of shape, guys. I need to start doing a lot more cardio. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, that DJI, hold on one second. I'm not tracking myself. So that magnet, This one, this thing, it's got a strong magnet. I was watching that clip of me running. This thing was just bouncing around and it holds on there pretty tight, so I like that. It's a strong magnet. Hopefully the audio's nice and crisp for you guys too. I've been really enjoying the DJI mic, and yeah. Whew. Sorry, I'm still trying to catch my breath here. All right, let's see. We've got some birds over here. Let's flip this guy around. Take a look. Those guys. Swimming around, huh? Pretty neat. If any of you guys have gone out and purchased this camera, I would like to know your thoughts on it as well. You know, have you guys had any issues with it, overheating, or maybe the mic not working correctly, things like that? I know that I haven't had any issues yet with this camera, and I'm hoping that none arise. I think it's really been really great. So I've never filmed this much ever in my life, but since I got this, it's all I've kind of been doing lately. Be filming my gym workouts, my progress, doing vlogs like this, testing out the Pocket 3 and the Mic 2, trying to do some cinematic stuff, especially when I get those filters set up for it, and I can come out here and capture some good stuff. But yeah, I think this is a great camera. Great for vlogging, great for just capturing life and even filming YouTube videos and TikToks, all that good stuff. You don't have to have a crazy camera setup. You don't have to have extra mics, extra accessories to plug your mics in. You don't have to worry about staying in frame as long as you got ActiveTrack 6.0 on. Face tracking keeps you in center, or keeps you right here. So I'm on the right side of the screen, as you can see. That way I can kind of show some stuff in the background, like these ducks back here being ducks, you know. If I want to move on the other side of the screen, now I'm on the other side. It'll keep me right here. See, move around. Well, it does its best, but it keeps you on that side of the screen for the most part. Center this camera. Now I'm center. All right. Got the camera set up in the tripod mode with the stand here. ActiveTrack is on, using auto face detection. See how it does. I know it should be able to track me for quite a distance here. Yeah, I'm pretty far away from the camera. I feel like it's following me. Doing pretty well. Just kind of walk around. Now, if I were to do like a crazy backflip or something like that, I'm probably going to turn off the ActiveTrack just so that I can keep the camera right here, right? Leave it in that spot, turn off the ActiveTrack, and then I'll do my backflip or whatever. And I think it'll work better that way. I don't think it's really meant to do, you know, for crazy stuff like that. It's more meant for like your vlogging, right? You want to stay center, stay in frame, or let's say I don't want to track myself. I can hold this DJI bag up and it should track that. As you see there, it kind of lost it. It loses it again. So maybe not this. See, it's lost. It lost it. So yeah, there are some little quirks here with this ActiveTrack. Try it again. It could just be that it's such a dark object and the background behind it's so bright. Let's see how it does. Oh, see, it lost it. Oh, there it is. Captured it. So yeah, if you moved, see it fast, up, down. If I move really far away. So I mean, it works, but it does mess up every now and then with this object. I don't know how it's going to do on other objects, but see, it lost it, and it lost it. See. So yeah, it has its quirks there with that. It might do better on bigger objects. So let's say if I wanted to check out this bench here. All right, let's turn off the ActiveTrack. Let's Let's track that bench. So we're gonna walk around it. It's keeping it in the center. Now, if I go behind the bench, is it gonna stay there? What's it gonna do? Is it gonna track in the wrong place? It seems to be tracking the edge now. That's the kind of issues it's having, is now it's thinking it needs to track the grass right there. Yeah, it's tracking the ground. So things like that. Maybe DJI can work on fixing it. Maybe they can make it more like their drones, where you can draw an entire box around the object instead of, because this doesn't, I'm trying to draw a box around it and it doesn't. I have to tap, double tap. So you double tap, puts a little box around it. Stuff like that. So maybe I need to get closer to it. We're gonna recenter the gimbal. Maybe if I tap there. So made a small box right here. So that's where the box is at. So it should stay fixed to that point. But I think once I actually get behind the bench, yeah, see, it lost it. It totally let it go. It's not tracking it no more. I would say the ActiveTrack 6.0 is really mainly focused on face tracking for now, unless DJI does some updates for it and they fix it. You know, I'm sure they will eventually. They're pretty good at sending out good updates and fixing issues. And if they see this video and see other people's videos on the same kind of problems it has, I'm sure they'll listen and they will fix it. Well, I think that sums it up for the video today. As you can see, ActiveTrack 6.0 has its limitations. As far as the stabilization goes, I'll have to look back on all the footage here and see how that is. But if you guys are thinking about getting this camera, I think it's a good idea, especially if you're starting out, you know. So for a camera that comes with the microphone, a gimbal, it's got stabilization, it's got ActiveTrack, you know, it's got all these different features. It records D-Log M 10-bit, so very high dynamic range there with coloring for editing. The microphone itself has 32-bit internal recording. That just allows you to get better quality sound and to mess with things like if you talk too low or talk too high, you can go in there to make adjustments to bring that, to fine tune it better. But yeah, 32-bit float for the audio here on the mic too. Built-in receiver and the camera, so you don't have to add any extra accessories for this microphone to work. So that's pretty great. Everything that comes with it, you know, you got the case, you got the wide angle lens, you got the mic 2, the windscreen, you got the charger, you got the extra extended handle battery, which comes in hand, especially when your camera battery starts to get low. You just plug that thing in there and it charges it right back up. You know, the only other cameras I got are my Nikon P1000, which is just for super zooms, getting like moon shots, Jupiter shots, shots of Saturn, and just things that are really far away and just bring it in real close with that 3000 millimeter equivalent lens zoom. And then I got my DJI Air 3, which has two cameras. It's got the 24 millimeter lens and then the 70 millimeter lens for that nice cinematic zoom with the compressed background, so it makes that background, you know, look nice and huge, and then you get that parallax when you move around, which is pretty cool. But this is my main two camera for now, for vlogging, for doing YouTube and making TikToks, things like that. I think it is perfect. The profile of it is very, you know, low. It's a low profile. You don't have a big old camera in your hands walking around, so people don't really pay as much attention to you. Sure, they may look at you a little bit because you're talking to yourself pretty much. But yeah, other than that, I think it's great. It's compact. It's got all the features you need to make videos. It's got a 1-inch sensor, you know, it's a CMOS sensor, which is great, and it's on a gimbal. Move it around, shake it around, and it's stable. It's everything you need.